nobody, but it's always on time. Playing with a boy. Playing with young boys. Aperitifs and sunsets. It's all just a simple ploy, playing with the boy. Oh, let's get ready to rumble. Oh, wait, that's the background. There we fucking go. Now we're doing a show. Playing with a boy. I'm not a boy. I'm a man, but I do enjoy watching boys play sports. It's important when you clip that, you get in the play sports. Because if you cut it off as me watching boys, that could mean something totally different. I'm 39 years old. All these athletes are boys to me, and I just love watching them gallop around, glistening in sweat for the glory that is the sports field. Folks, it is January 24th, the year of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Howard Christ 2025. It is NFL Conference Championship Weekend 2025. The NFL season as we know it is officially over. 2 games this weekend, and then you wait 2 weeks for that one game that's barely a game, really. It's more of a spectacle. So the Sunday fun days are over. The Thursday through Monday, almost every night, NFL football is over. I tell you, every year of this program, what is this, my 4th or 5th year doing this show? I tell you at the beginning of every NFL season, it's the fastest season in sports. You got to enjoy it while it's here. That's why I always tell you to abandon all family and all legal and otherwise obligations during the thick of the NFL season, because it goes fast and there's nothing like it. And here we are, NFL, like I said, the season as we know it is over. A quick 2 games this weekend, and then we turn around in 2 weeks for the just spectacle that is the Super Bowl these days. But it was a fun season. We had a good run. We'll get to all of that. I have a list the size of my Sicilian penis here to get to. I sent the link to a few people. We'll see if anybody pops in. I don't really care. I have enough to get to. As always, this is a real show. I'm a real man. I leave my house. I have shit I want to talk about. This is a sports entertainment program. If you want bullshit, watch our other show, Ski Mask Collective, and I can touch on that a bit as we go. I'm a man of the people at the end of the day. So if you people want to know stuff, put it in the chat. As always, hold on, I forgot to put up my banner. We might have a long one today, folks. Get comfortable, roll a blunt, pour a beer, get fired from your job, saddle the hell up. Here we go. There's the money. There it is. There it is. Yeah, we have a lot to get to. With 2 games, you'd think they would be a quick one. But I have a lot of things I want to say, sports and otherwise. Stay tuned long enough, and I'll get to all of it. I have my sports sunglasses on, of course. That's how you know this is a sports show. That's how you know I'm a professional broadcaster. God damn it. Playing with the ball. They call me Pipe Master Flex because of that throat. They also call me the Throat Goat, but not, wait a minute. No. Take that out. Retract that. They don't call me the Throat Goat. I did have sex this morning. Boy, I have ADHD. Anyway, let's get the business out of the way. The ground rules, as they say in sports and baseball. As always, if you want something, I'm not going to sit here and beg you for money like all these other hack fucking shows, even though I could use money more than any of these people. It doesn't matter. I have too much respect for you people to beg you for making the show about begging you for money. But I will get the business out of the way up front. As always, if you want something read, super chat it. It'll definitely get read, but I always go through the poor people chat intermittently. But if you have a question or want something definitely read, I don't give a fuck if it's 99 cents or $2, whatever. Do whatever you want. But really, on the bottom here, and which many of you have been doing and we appreciate, join the patreon.com Ski Mask Media. That's the best. $3 gets you everything. We had Ski Mask in Cabana do an hour last week. I walk around the city. I mean, we put up multiple things on the Patreon a week. You only get these 2 shows for free. That's a bet. And $3 gets you everything. No bullshit, no tears. Give more if you can. And then for this show, you can also send it directly to my account on Venmo at DaveD23 is his Venmo because I can't be trusted with money. All right. Anyway, let's get to the topic at hand. I tried to go live on last Sunday night because I was so fucking riled up. But I was also at the best bar in America for many, many hours, so I just couldn't get it together. Me and Julio were going to go live last Sunday. If you were on YouTube, you may have even seen us pop in and out as I tried to get it together and just couldn't. But the reason I had to go live last Sunday and the reason I'm starting the show with it here today, Mark Andrews has made a definitive line in the sand. And here's the fucking line. That was it. Mark Andrews drop, the 2-point conversion drop, wide open. And we'll get to the game as itself a little bit. Well, obviously, we'll get to all the conference championships. We'll get to my bets. We got a lot to get to. And a lot of stuff not even sports related, too. We'll get to all of it. And I'll be happy to answer any questions. By the way, just throwing that out there for all my Stansel's beautiful girls and all of my Stanselites. We don't worship false idols here. Only the real fucking yeah! Mark Andrews set white athletes back centuries with that drop on Sunday night. Here's the thing. That was it. And I'm a white man technically, although I am 4% North African, according to my 23andMe. That 4% all went to my penis. Ugh. Mark Andrews that's it. I know I haven't gotten to a single point yet, but that's the show. Mark Andrews, we can never I don't want to see a white player in a skill fucking position ever fucking again. Period. Stop. Period. Stop. And you know I was rooting for the Ravens. You can only imagine when I was at the best bar in America last Sunday and Mark Andrews dropped that. You can imagine what I was doing. I almost got in a fight with a guy because I was screaming about how whites should never be allowed in sports again. We cannot. Enough is enough. We've seen enough. Black players and minorities excel at sports. Okay? It's in their genetics. They're an athletic people. Enough of pretending that white people at the pro level, listen, kids, college, high school, whatever, do whatever you want. I cannot see any more white people getting the ball to them or being involved in any sport, being involved in an athletic play in crunch time. Just stop kidding yourselves and stop kidding ourselves. Mark Andrews put the nail in the coffin of white athletes last Sunday night. It cannot be understated how badly Mark Andrews set back the white athletes last Sunday night. What a horrific display, not to mention his fumble earlier. 2-point conversion, wide open, on his ass. He wasn't even running, didn't have to do anything. On his ass. I could have caught it. Drops the ball, wide open, goal line to tie the game in Lamar Jackson's biggest game of his career. As for Josh Allen, and listen, the Ravens were the better. Say what you want. The Ravens were the better team last Sunday. You can fight me on in the chat. Feel free to super chat. I'll be happy to argue this. The Ravens, if we were watching the same game, Ravens and Lamar Jackson was the better quarterback, and the Ravens were the better team. The Bills made plays when they had to, and the Ravens made mistakes. And again, in the playoffs, turnovers lose games, and drops ruin careers. Totally embarrassing. Again, it just cannot be understated. I do not want to see a white player ever be offered the ball or ever be involved in a crunch time, unless he's the quarterback or an offensive lineman. I don't want to see fucking white players anywhere on my fucking NFL field, much less the NBA field. Forget it. Maybe a lacrosse field. But I don't want to see any more white players. That's it. That's it. And I joked around about it for years. This is a comedy. This is a sports entertainment program. I cannot see white men getting the ball in crunch time ever again. That was it. Never again. They choke. They're probably thinking about books. He's probably, I don't know, what else do white people do? Do crypto? I don't know what his mind was on, but it wasn't catching a fucking ball wide open with the game on the line, with the season on the line, with Lamar Jackson's, what do they call it? The prestige of his career on the line, his legacy. That's what I was looking for. This fucking clown. And that is the classic example of a white professional player. And a classic example of any of these middling pro players. Anybody can put up big numbers in the middle of the season against the Browns in fucking October, whatever. See Sam Darnold. See Jared Goff, and I'll get to them. Talk about Stancil Stradamus. Talk about Stancil Stradamus. You loyal Stancilites who have watched all season. None of you people were, I know none of you that watch this show were surprised that the Lions or the Vikings. I literally told you in November both teams would lose their first round games. Did I not? Did I not tell you in November and even earlier the Vikings and the Lions were going nowhere and they would both lose their first round games? Just listen to this. Listen to everything I say about all these teams and all these quarterbacks and all these podcasts. I may not be right away. Over the expanse of time, I've been right about everything. For Happy Gilmore, anything. Classic quote from a movie. And I'm telling you, that is it. No one obviously is going to say it. I'm the only one who's going to say it because I'm in a position to. But no one that you're going to watch on TV, no one else you're going to listen to on radio, probably no one else you're going to listen to on podcasts is going to say it. That was the end of white players being put in big positions. On the biggest stage, this wasn't a drop where it went through his hands. He had a defender on him. This wasn't a drop where he's running full speed down the field and he drops it, which would have been bad enough, by the way. This is a big white guy, and we thought, listen, we know white guys can't be running backs. You know, McCaffrey, okay, what's that, 1 out of 60? We know they can't be wide receivers. Okay, Cooper Kupp, what's that, 1 out of 200 in the NFL? We know we can't do that, but we thought we at least had tight end where these big hulking whites can fucking roam around the field and still play football. And Mark Andrews stole that from us. Done. That's it. And they should never pass it to a white man in a big spot again, any team for the rest of time, and I won't blame them. That was it. You're not going to hear it anywhere else, but that you can put a line in the sand, whatever you want to call it, a Rubicon. We crossed the Rubicon where no white people should ever be involved in a big spot, in a big moment of a big game. How it can't be understated how terrible that drop was on Sunday night. And listen, yeah, that would have just tied the game. You don't know what had happened, blah, blah, blah. The Ravens were the better team. They had a couple terrible turnovers that Lamar admitted to. And Lamar, we know he's low IQ, the lowest of IQs off the football field. But even he had the class to not put it all on Mark Andrews. And then you got Mark Andrews. Did you see this? Mark Andrews didn't even talk to the media after the game. You fucking pussy. We're after 10 minutes, YouTube's lawyers. I can say whatever I want. Mark Andrews didn't even have the fucking balls to talk to the media, you fucking coward. Listen, if I were the Ravens, he would have been gone. Tight ends are a dime a dozen. You could turn any fullback into a tight end. You could pull, please. I mean, great, wonderful player. I know that's Lamar's check down go-to all season for years. If I was the Ravens, he's gone. I mean, how can you put him back on the field after that? At least have the fucking balls to stay in the locker room, get chastised, apologize and apologize and apologize. Put it all on yourself. That fucking pussy got in his Benz or whatever the fuck he drives. We know he's a multimillionaire. He's in the NFL and went home. And he probably didn't lose a blink of sleep. You fucking hack. That's it. So anybody who's mad, you can all, and I know many of you are racist, closeted racist. You can be mad all you want about the black people taking over the sports, but here's what you do with your finger. Here's what you do with your finger. I got to put the mic down. This is you pointing at black people taking over the pro sports. This is what you're going to do with it. That's right. Point it right back at yourself, because it's the fucking white people who continue to fail in big spots who did it to themselves. Fuck you, Mark Andrews. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. It's unbelievable what happened out here. Ray hit me up, Ray DeVito. I just saw it before I went on. I apologize to Ray. He messaged me this morning to come on his show, which I could not. I was having sex with a woman, and then I had some errands to run before I started this wonderful program. But I did send Ray the link for this. I told him feel free to hop on if he wants. Ray's an athlete. Ray's a baller. Ray plays basketball like me. What else? We'll get to all the football. Like I said, unending stuff to discuss. Let's do a quick check of the poors, our loyal poor people. Talk about the crazy fingers. I'll touch on the OSU Notre Dame game, but there's really not much to talk about. College football sucks, but we'll get to that. We're not at the football portion of the program yet. Yeah, crazy fingers. Also, the TGL, tomorrow's golf league. Yeah, you know what? TGL, you're right. He says, quit talking about TGL. Nobody fucking cares. Yeah, I don't care either. I didn't even turn it on this week. I think I was still hungover from Sunday on Tuesday anyway. I actually forgot it was on. Yeah, maybe I'll check it out again this week. But boy, what a terrible product. They got to change something. If you don't know, we've been discussing tomorrow's golf league that airs on Tuesday nights now in this golf off season. Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy's virtual golf league was just a clusterfuck. ACDC, your NFL is fifth. Chiefs will win again. Swift Kelsey's a work. Rack me. Listen, I love you, ACDC. That's such a hack take. And obviously, again, this is in my notes to touch on this bullshit. I told you from the beginning of the year, you folks that watch this program week after week, who was number one team in the power rankings all year? The Chiefs. This is the Chiefs' regular season, if you haven't figured that out yet. This may be the quietest a team has won a Super Bowl in history as the Chiefs continue to roll. As I've said before the season, during the season, and now, the Chiefs are on another level than all these other NFL teams. Hall of Fame coach, Hall of Fame quarterback, Hall of Fame tight end, Hall of Fame D end, and then surrounded by Pro Bowl players plugged into that. The Chiefs are on another level. I wouldn't be surprised if they roll the Bills, and we'll get to the analysis of that game specifically in a bit. I don't want to talk about that now. But enough, and please with the refs. Please with the refs. Oh, yeah, you think the refs aren't going to protect the franchise quarterback of the NFL, the flagship quarterback of the NFL? Yes, he's going to get some extra calls. Please save your comments if you think in any way the Chiefs would have lost that game if they didn't have the penalties. Get lost. Come on, wake up. Oh, look at one of my other beautiful Stansel's beautiful girls. Even FKA Mommy is in the house. Mommy, how come you never come and hang out with me in the city? You and Gil Bravo saddle up. I'll saddle you up. You ride you around. You could ride me around. Yeah, I'm in the city at least 3 nights a week these days. For a while, hit a brother up. I like to interact in the real world. Gil Bravo's a coward. Junior Coltrane always makes you laugh. Jim, people are people, not colors. Maybe time to evolve, bro. Yeah. No, I live in the real world. Pretending everyone is the same color is idiocy. Idiocy. I live in the real world. And Mark Andrews set white people back, forget decades, for time eternum. For time eternum, no white man can be trusted in a big spot in the NFL. By the way, folks, it is a huge day for my fellow travelers, for my fellow world enders. Lord Huron's new song, Who Laughs Last, released today. The first song fully released off of their upcoming new album, which hasn't even been announced yet. Unbelievable what's happening out here, all my fellow Lord Huron fans. As soon as this program is done, go search Lord Huron, Who Laughs Last. If you're low IQ, it's not for you. Low IQ need not apply, but if you understand music, if you love good music, the new Lord Huron, Who Laughs Last song is out. You're going to want to watch a video. Kristen Stewart is in it. It is unbelievable what's happening out here, and it is on brand as hell. Shout out to Lord Huron. I know they watch the show. Shout out Ben Schneider, one of the greatest minds, low-key, maybe the greatest mind in music history, if you understand what he's doing. But again, you need to have high IQ for that. Let's talk some Pete Alonso, get it out of the way. So here's what's going on. If you haven't been paying attention, I'll fill you in quickly. Pete Alonso. Basically, Pete Alonso does not fit in Cohen's or David Stern's plan for what they have for this team, and that is their prerogative. Now, I've been saying money is truly not an issue for the current Mets, thanks to our Lord and Savior, Rabbi Stephen Cohen. We have more money than any team in the MLB. So they could sign Pete for whatever he wants, for whatever they wanted to. It would be nothing. What's happening, what has come to the surface, what we're realizing, if you're paying attention like I do it so I can translate it to you, good people. Pete doesn't fit in the plan for what the vision is for Steve Cohen's and David Stern's Mets. Pete Alonso is a one-note player. He's a slugger. He's a one-dimensional player. He plays a pretty good first base, but at the plate, he's a slugger, okay? So they've been playing footsie with each other. Here's what's basically going on. Cohen just wants Pete Alonso to sign with another team. They're playing a little contract footsie. He'll throw over the Mets will throw over a contract they know we're not going to take. They either want him to sign with another team, or if he doesn't sign another team, this is going to go on so long, they're just going to sign him for what essentially is a massive discount. But listen, he's not in the plans. They got Soto now, Lindor, Vientos. Yeah. They got the young Acuna, who I don't mind if they move. I mean, get Vlad Guerrero Jr. in here, as I talked about last week, please. But Stern is not interested in a one-dimensional slugger. That's not what he has for this team. That's not what he sees for this team. And listen, I got to say, you got to trust Stern and Cohen if you're the Mets at this point. There's no denying. I understand Pete hit the big home run that killed Bob Uecker eventually, that beat the Brewers, that sent them to their wonderful playoff run that we love so much, and threw me into almost a month-long bender. That's the problem when the Mets make the playoffs is I have to watch the games. I got to go to the best bar in America, and it's a beautiful September, one of the best months of the year. Low-key, as the kids say, one of the best months of the year. It's still warm enough for the beach and the water. All the freaks and all the fake job teachers are back at school, out of the way. all the fake jobbers who have like work 2 days a week during the summer, they're all out of the way. And real people with real jobs can take back over in September, October. But anyway, the point is, I think as Mets fans, you got to say happy trails and good luck to Pete Alonso. Again, barring another team doesn't sign him, and I think there's other teams he'll fit well into. I mean, listen, a classic home run hitting first baseman, tale as old as time, right? He'll find a home somewhere. Personally, I would love to sign him at a discount. Fuck, throw him in a DH if we don't want him on the field, if our lineup is strong enough. But that is this week's state of affairs with the Mets. And speaking of the Mets, folks, I got a big event tomorrow. I will be at Citi Field. I got to look up what exactly is happening. I got these tickets forever ago. I just thought it'd be something different. They're having a Mets, let's see what it is. They're having a Mets day at Citi Field tomorrow. I guess there's autographs. There's fucking, you could like go in the locker rooms. Let's see what it's all about. But I will be at Citi Field tomorrow afternoon. I already got a hotel. I will be staying in Queens tomorrow night. I will probably be out on the town in Queens or Manhattan proper tomorrow night. Again, I'm telling you where I'm going to be. Come and find me. I don't live on a fucking box on a computer. I don't do shows 8 days a week for 9 hours a day to suck you people dry. I like going out in the real world. I was on Garrett and Steve's show, out in the real world, interacting with people on the streets of New York yesterday, and I'll be in the streets again tomorrow in Queens and other places, starting with the Mets Day. What is this? Amazing Day. What the fuck? Let's see what this is. It's called Amazing Day. Presented by Coors Light. So I'm going to get fucked up tomorrow. The Ultimate Fan Test will give Mets fans a chance to experience the excitement and ramp up to the 2025 season in a completely new way. You know, everybody, everywhere I go, especially at work with soccer ball comedians and other places, everybody says I have a great radio voice. A lot of these. You can't teach this, folks. You can't learn this at the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, let me tell you. Attendees will get a chance to meet their heroes. I'm going to meet my heroes tomorrow. What, is Kevin Brennan going to be there? Attendees will get a chance to meet their heroes, grab their signatures. As they say, never meet your heroes, by the way. I used to run security for Kevin Brennan during the lockdown, and now he's got a string bean, Stevie Lou, that's supposed to protect him. What a joke. Yeah, you ain't this motherfucker! Yeah! Come and get me! Maybe I'll come down to AC next weekend and fucking smash some fucking heads. Fucking ticket. If you buy a ticket, you're gay. I'm not going to that fucking... Atlantic City fucking sucks. Fucking 3.5 hour drive to a shithole town to hang out with shithole people. Get fucked. No, I will not be attending that. Or will I? What other fake works will come out of that they're going to talk about for a fucking year? Ugh, so boring. Anywho! Get exclusive access to usually restricted areas of the ballpark. Hear from Mets leadership and make memories that will last a lifetime. I can't wait to make a memory tomorrow at Citi Field. I'm going to shit in the locker room. In one of the largest off-season gatherings in Mets history, over 50 players, alumni, and prospects are expected to be in attendance at Citi Field. General admission tickets are sold out. Limited quantity VIP tickets still available. Huh. So this is a new thing. I just saw this. Full transparency, fourth wall down. My mom actually sent me this and asked if she sent me this months ago. Asked if I'd be interested. So I hit up one of my lady callers who's a Mets fan. I said, yeah, fuck it, we'll go. So this is interesting. Every Mets fan I've spoken to this winter can't wait for the 25 season to start. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see what else is going to happen to me tomorrow. Be able to meet players and alumni during autograph sessions, hear from them during a live panel discussion. Fans also go, this is what I'm interested in. I don't give a fuck about autographs. I don't give a fuck about lists. Obviously, as you can tell, I know everything that's going on in sports. I don't need to talk to them. But here's what I'm interested in. Fans can go behind the scenes, usually restricted areas, including the field, bullpen, batting cages, and clubhouses. Oh, the content is going to be contenting tomorrow, folks. Stancil live from Mets locker room. Keep your eyes out. Oh, my God. Ready for this? Talk about right up my alley. Yeah, I can't believe this. There will also be an opportunity to fans to host, in quotations, their own press conference and snap photos in the official Mets press conference room. Boy, I think I see a new profile photo incoming. Wait till the Mets find out I do this show. Whoa, unbelievable. So I'm going to be able to host a press conference. Wow. Did you know you signed a faggot? No. Let's see. Autograph sessions. Here, give it a sympathy of the ballpark. Panel discussions, alumni, fireside chats, game shows. Take a swing in the batting cages. Self-guided tours. Oh, I'm going to go wild in the locker room. Hold on. Here we go. Now we're talking. Coors Light Beer Garden. Yeah. Hello. Stancil's going to be on the sauce. Send some super chats in. Let's go. Somebody get the ball rolling here. Hold on. Turn that down. I'm not talking to anybody. But yeah, somebody's got to pay for my booze. I'm going to get hammered in the Mets clubhouse tomorrow. Let's see. Coca-Cola food hall. Photo opportunity. Mascot photo opportunity. I'm going to grab Mrs. Met badonk. I'm going to ask Mrs. Met to turn around and eat her big fucking dumper. Talk about a pog. Mrs. Met might be the ultimate pog. Oh, PSA card grading. Where's Ray? Ray, are you in town tomorrow? Let's go get your cards graded at Citi Field. Ah, wow. Oh, and ticketing. Actually, I might actually buy a ticket. I always go to opening day. Oh, MLB The Show tournament. Too bad I'm not gay. Too bad I'm an adult and don't play video games. So there you have it. Stancil, once again, leaving my house. I'll be live from Citi Field. Well, I don't know if I'll be actually live, but I'll be humanly live from Citi Field tomorrow afternoon. Isn't that exciting, folks? See what I do for this show? So I'll be back next week with a full report. Keep an eye on my Twitter and Instagram. I'm sure I'll be putting up content throughout the day. Oh, God. What else is in the news? Oh, boy, folks. I just found out, hot off the presses, this year, me and the rest of the boys, the original Stanford High lacrosse team, which I was on, will be honored the 25-year celebration of the original Stanford High lacrosse team, May 10th, Boyle Stadium, Stamford, Connecticut. I'll sell illegal tickets for anyone who wants to come. I will be honored. How many other podcast hosts do you know that were honored at halftime of lacrosse games? Unbelievable what's happening out here. So obviously more on that to come as it gets closer. Just wanted to put that on your calendar. Why don't you all get tickets? That'll be our meetup. Stancilites, May 10th, Stamford, Connecticut. Get your plane tickets. 45-minute drive from New York City, right around the corner. Same for a quick train. Just take the express to Stamford from Grand Central. You'll be here in moments. In less time, you can watch the show. So I will be honored May 10th. Unbelievable what's happening out here, folks. And Yeah, again, this is why people watch this show. An actual All-American athlete, someone who's actually achieved things in athletics, not just another fat slob like they have on Barstool, not a Stephen A. Smith who couldn't hit the broadside of a barn with a baseball. None of these people play sports. Yeah. Oh, God. Did you see the... well, I guess we can technically get into the football now. I guess we can technically. Did that say 20? Did that say 30? What the hell's going on? All right, quick check of the poor people chat. Quick check. Let's see why I suck. By the way, do you see that Shane Gillis? Is Shane Gillis? I mean, I tweeted it, and frankly, a lot of people are agreeing with me. Shane Gillis is getting dangerously close to jumping the shark and selling out. I'll just leave it at that. He's really towing the line. I let moving to Austin slide. I let it slide. I know Shane, my dear friend Shane, is butt buddies with Rogan. I let the moving to Austin slide. I let hanging out with, who's he hanging out with? Gabe Davis, the receiver, slide. Then he's hanging out with Kid Rock. Now he's doing commercials with Post Malone. Then he's on ESPN Game Time every week. I don't want to say too much. Just be careful. Just be careful, Shane. And I go way back. I mean, I go back to a fair one. Listen, I say it all the time. The original Comedians of the Compound at West Side Comedy Club, which was after the boozy boxing with Gino and Brian McCarthy. I sat next to Shane in the back of that show. Barely knew who he was at the time. He fucking killed it on stage, but me and him were just in the back bullshitting. And that was a mere, 6-7 years ago now? And now, God bless him. But just be careful, Shane. Be careful. Next thing you know, he's going to be fucking censoring his podcast. Here, you know what? Here's the... Cut to 100. Let's say we're at 50 or 60 now. Cut to 100. What could happen if Shane's not careful? You'll be Bill Burr on Jimmy Kimmel last week. That's the end game Shane's got to be careful with. I'll leave it at that. Anywho, I had to laugh. Have you people... Oh, wait. I have ADHD. I was checking the poor people chat. Millennials are indoctrinated to hate whites. I love whites, but I certainly don't want to see them on the fucking football field anymore, not after what Mark Andrews did. That was it. And I've said forever, I jokingly, when me and Julio watch games, I always say, oh, great, another white guy. But now it's real. Enough of the whites, please. Oh, God. I'm walking in. Marcy Playground, he watched Stephen Garrett's show yesterday. Da da la da 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 da. Oh la da 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 da. Yeah, thanks, Junior Coltrane. Atlantic City is so yawn. AC is a good sleep aid. Yeah. Atlantic City stopped being cool about a decade ago at the earliest. Now it's just a total shithole for losers. The Soviet skunk, that's not nice. The Mets suck, fucking Grimace. Maybe Grimace will be there tomorrow. Wouldn't that be fun, folks? Again, keep an eye out. I'll be taking pics. Now I'm not going to talk about this game just to spite Froggy the Egg. Ooh, a great call. I will absolutely jerk. If Mike Piazza is there, I'll let him put it in my high knee. That'll be a home run. Hey. Actually, I was an all-star baseball player. I took batting lessons from ex-MLB player Rick Holyfield. I've talked about this before. Feel free to look it up. Rick Holyfield played on the Blue Jays. That was my hitting coach all the way up until about my sophomore year of high school when I picked up a lacrosse stick and never looked back. That's why I still love baseball. But lacrosse is the ultimate game. There's simply no doubt about it. It's the ultimate athlete's game. As I always say, if you play lacrosse, you can play any other sport. Just because you play any other sport doesn't mean you can play lacrosse. That's a fact. You have to have hand-eye. You have to have toughness. You have to have endurance. It encapsulates everything. Most people can't even pass and catch a lacrosse ball with a stick, much less do all the other things you have to do with it. And I will get my bets, folks. I am on a heater. I will go through all the bets I've won and a look ahead of my bets that are already in the holster for this weekend. Froggy the Egg. This guy is a local. Why didn't I go to Avon Old Farms or Hotchkiss or Choate or Brunswick, if you know the area? No, I didn't peak till about my sophomore year. I just started playing lacrosse my sophomore year of high school. Barely knew what I was doing that year. Got a little better sophomore year. Didn't go to college and obviously senior year I was pretty good. Didn't plan on playing college at all. Went up to the University of New Haven. Saw them passing around. For the sake of time, one thing led to another. 2007 MCLA All-American, 3-time captain, 3-time PCLL All-Star in college. So, yeah, I wasn't, again, I'm what they call a raw athlete. I'm not a typical Fairfield County lacrosse player. I'm just a raw athlete. I'm basically black, unlike Mark Andrews. So I picked it up and ran with it literally. But yes, I was not. All right, somebody's on the board. Thank God. We got to get one a show. The numbers on the Patreon and otherwise are unbelievable. Thank you again, folks. Not only for the money, but just the pure views that we've been getting on these things, and for good reason. 5th day of the flu, still not going back to work. James R., you're welcome here. Pull up a chair, pull up a blunt, do whatever. Pour some, put a neti pot up your ass, see if it comes out your mouth. I don't know. But absolutely. Feel better soon, James R. Another OG, a loyal Stancelite. What was next on the docket? Oh God, I saw these fucking. Have you seen how sad is the state of the NFL Pro Bowl? I literally couldn't stop laughing. I saw the commercial. The events they're now promoting for an NFL Pro Bowl is tug of war. I mean, the NBA All-Star Game takes the cake for the most embarrassing display of sport. They should really stop playing the game. I guess they are. I guess this year in the NBA, they're doing like an 8-team turn. Listen, just don't play the game. Why are we even bothering? The NBA players, as we all know, take the cake for the most spoiled pro players. Workload is a thing. Imagine Michael Jordan talking about his workload. Imagine even Kobe talking about his workload. Imagine any player from before 2010 basically talking about workload. What a fucking joke. These guys take 2 nights off a week. That's why the NBA is totally unwatchable. That's why their ratings are at an all-time low. And it's not, and listen, you can blame this, you can blame that. It is the players, period, stop. There's nothing else to blame it on. It is the players, and it's a commissioner who all he wants to do is choke down BBCs and do whatever his players want him to do. No backbone whatsoever. No care about actually making the product better. Just what will keep the players, what will shut these babies up. And you can put other words in there too if you want. What'll shut these fucking baby NBA players up the most so they shut their mouth? What fucking babies the NBA players are, and what a joke that league has become. But anyway, I got off topic. The NFL Pro Bowl isn't far behind. Obviously, they got away with doing any kind of real game a few years ago because those players are just millionaires now and don't care about getting injured. And so I've said long ago, which again, Stancelstradamus turned out to be right. I said years ago, just make it a skills competition. Stop pretending there's a game. They should get rid of this flag football bullshit. Get rid of all that. Just make it a classic Sega Genesis NFL quarterback competition and call it a day. And then I see they're doing a fucking tug of war. AFC versus NFC tug of war. I mean, pro athletes. And this is what we're supposed to watch. NFL players doing a tug of war. Oh, Jesus. Everyone is gay. That's all. Let's all just look at James R. Super Chat for a second while I drink whatever the fuck this is. Patreon.com, Ski Mask Media, folks. Venmo my account at DaveD23 or Super Chat. Just support the show. At least we do real shows here. You'll notice I haven't played a clip. I haven't talked about 6-year-old men drama. I haven't talked. It's all just fake. It's all fake. It's all just nonsense. It's all work. This is what happens when these people don't leave. These people have no lives. From Kevin Brennan down. They have no lives. This is what happens. I'm 46 minutes in and I barely broke a sweat. Yeah. I tell you when I did break a sweat having sex this morning. Well, last time these loser podcasters had sex, huh? Yeah. All right. Oh, great. James R. Two $2 super chats. That's all it costs, and he's putting you people in a body bag. That's good, James. James R. $2. The NBA will be co-ed soon. NFL will follow. I honestly, James R. I could. I'm not even kidding when I say I could absolutely see, and frankly, I would watch a co-ed all-star game. That's actually fucking interesting. Great call, James R. I don't have the brain for ideas. I just know how to talk about stuff and talk shit. I don't have the brain for these kind of ideas as James R. This is why I need. This is why I don't have a producer. I barely have a computer. This computer is from 1952. This is why I can't upload these shows for audio. I'm hoping I might get a computer off. It's called like Back Channel. I saw an ad for it on the subway because I ride the subway because I'm not a fucking bitch. I ride the subway 4 or 5 days a week because I'm not a fucking pussy like all these other people complain. It's not safe. Oh, the subway isn't safe. It's not safe. Look like this and you'll never have a problem on a fucking subway. I might start doing the raping down there. Kidding, YouTube. Joke. Sports entertainment podcast. But nobody has ever bothered me, I'll just say that. Maybe it's my resting dick face, I call it. RDF. I've always, since I was a kid, people ask me what I'm angry about. And I'll say, oh, nothing. What's up? Oh, I saw you walking. It looked like you were going to kill somebody. I was like, oh, I don't know. It's just my face. I grew up on the concrete, pounding the concrete. So I'm used to putting on a angry, arresting dick face, I guess, so people don't bother me. But James R., absolutely. And frankly, that would, and I'm not even kidding or being hyperbolic, and I think you would all agree with me, a co-ed WNBA, NBA basketball game would be a much better product than what the NBA All-Star game has turned into. Just don't do it. Just don't do anything. 3-point competition and dunk contest. That's it. That's it. I don't need to see tug of wars. I don't need to see 3-team, 8-team playoffs. Fucking babies. Fucking losers. The NBA's got to figure it out. The NBA is going down the tubes fast. Unfortunately, all the low IQ kids, and sorry, not sorry. All these low IQ people keep the NBA rolling, keep it afloat, but like anybody who has played basketball or grew up, with what we were lucky enough to grow up with in the 90s and even the 2000s and earlier, this is just the state of the NBA is just terrible. Similar to MLC. I want MLC to just be good. I still say Kevin Brennan is the funniest podcaster. But the show he puts on now is shit. Just the content is shit. The people he deals with are shit. Same as the NBA. I would love if there was a watchable product 7 nights a week this time of year. As I say every year, we're now in the sports desert. The sports desert, basically. We have football this weekend and then in 2 weeks. But essentially, we're in the sports desert. from now until baseball season starts, until March Madness. So we got a month, a little less than a month, but it's just shitty NBA. NHL is entertaining. I keep a cursory view on the NHL. After the NHL All-Star break, that's when I really start paying more attention. I'm an armchair NHL guy. I probably know more about the NHL than just your common person walking about, but I never claimed to be an expert on the NHL. But I do pay attention to the NHL after the All-Star game. And certainly the NHL playoffs have turned into must-watch for me. Those are very fun. They're up there, honestly, these days, right after the NBA playoffs, or NFL playoffs, might be the NHL playoffs. It used to be the NBA. I mean, the NBA isn't worth watching till the playoffs for a while now. The NHL, at least the regular season games are worth watching as you come down the stretch. But anywho, thanks for getting me off topic, James R. That's what this show is all about. Playing with the ball. All right, I think we got through all of the bullshit going around. My God, we almost did an hour just on the bullshit. Let's get into the football. Froggy the Egg. Froggy the Egg, where are you? You've been waiting for me to talk about this for 56 minutes. OSU versus Notre Dame, the national championship game on Monday night. I was wildly hungover and barely lucid after what happened Sunday. Well, say that for a second. But I have ADHD and I can't do this. What I want to say is how beautiful those Sunday NFL games were. Both games in the snow, both good games. But I'll come back to that in a second. Capped off by Mark Andrews. Fucking drop, you dumb cracker, Mark Andrews. Never a fucking again. I never, ever want to see a ball go to a white man in a big spot again. Everything for the rest of my life, it's going to come back to that Sunday night at Casey's Tavern when I watch Mark Andrews drop a 2-point conversion when he's wide open. You fucking hack. Anyway, Notre Dame played at Ohio State on Monday night in the national championship game. I'm sorry, Froggy the Egg. Froggy the Egg wants me to talk about it. Froggy the Egg, I'll allow the free chat right now. Throw in the poor people chat right now if you have any specific questions. I watched basically the whole game. Here's my take. It was entertaining enough, but it wasn't a great game by any means. I don't know. Well, I didn't write it down, but I never felt like Ohio State was really in danger of losing that game. It was watchable down the stretch in that Notre Dame kept flirting with keeping it a one-score game. They were down 16, and then they were trying to make, cruising for a touchdown. And they had the 3 timeouts. All they needed was a stop, and they had that huge 60-yard reception by Ohio State to seal the game there. So it was interesting enough, but again, it's just, I don't know. I watched NFL football all weekend, especially the Sunday games. After you watch this game, the Rams-Eagles in the snow and the Ravens-Bills in the freezing and the snow, an OSU Notre Dame game really didn't do much. It didn't make my dick move at all. So I don't know. Entertaining enough, I guess. Credit to OSU, I guess. People wrote them off after that big loss to Michigan early in the year. But again, everybody acts like ESPN after the game were trying to make it look like it was some kind of, they were desperately trying to paint the coach as some underdog story. It's Ohio State University. As long as I've been alive, that's been known as a top 5 college team, D1 team. I mean, I don't know. Again, that's why I was rooting for Notre Dame. It'd be interesting to see them win a national championship. But Notre Dame is the same thing. I mean, listen, Notre Dame doesn't even have to join a conference. Notre Dame gets their own channel, NBC. There's no underdog here. Nothing really. These are two huge, massive programs facing off. I don't know. Again, as I've said all year, as I've said forever, hashtag college football sucks. Fry the egg. Did you type anything incoherent in the poor people chat? You want me? Let's see. Is Luis J. Gomez still working out? Now, that's a good question. No idea, but I sure am. I fucking sure am. Buys and tries yesterday, if you can't tell. Lighting's bad. There you go. Now you can see it. See that horseshoe there? You could fucking slap that thing on a horse's hoof and win the fucking Kentucky Derby with that horseshoe, boys. Yeah, here you go, FK mommy. Fucking twiddle your bean to this, bitch. Come on, Lady KB, new girl, Courtney Brooke. Yeah, look at yeah, Mark Lender. Yeah, Froggy the Egg. I talk about this shitty game. You wanted me to talk about this dumb fucking game for an hour, and now I talk about the game. You got nothing. There you go. Yeah, we're doing it. Here you go. You know what? You know what, mommy? Just for you. Yeah, fuck it. I don't care. I don't need to take these off. Yeah, we're doing it. Yes. Here. Yes. Send it. Yeah. Send this to Stevie Lou. Send this to Chad. Yeah. Real person. Real job. Hashtag leave your house. Hashtag Stanselverse. Hold on. Hashtag Stansel's beautiful girls. We're going to get a compound. I'm working on getting a compound for all of my Stanselites and all my Stansel beautiful girls. Hold on. Oh, it's inside out. This is the show, folks. This is the show. Oh, Chad, Stansel's boring to hang out with in real life. Talk about projecting. Chad went home at fucking 1 a.m. I was hanging out with the meanie Bajini all night. Chad went... Literally anyone that's ever hung out with me will say I'm the funnest person to hang out with in the world. So go have fun in fucking AC with all those fucking fat hacks. I'll be up here making money in the biggest city, in the biggest country, in the biggest world, New York City. That's where I'll fucking be, in the belly of the fucking beast, in the trenches, just for you people, getting all the info, talking to all the little birdies behind the scenes. And let me tell you, there's a lot of birdies talking to me, asking me about this and about that, and telling me about this and about that. But I am Sicilian and I live by a code, so I can only divulge what I can on the air. Feel free to hit me up in private. I'll be happy to give some tidbits. I know a lot of things. I know too much. I might kill myself for knowing too much, actually. All right, let's get back. This is a show, apparently. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. Send a super chat. Hold on. By the way, this is not a Celsius. This is something that was given. You know, this program is sponsored by Celsius. I'm looking at my 2 Celsius I'm going to drink the rest of the day right over here, just off camera. This is Odyssey 222. I don't know what the fuck. Energy and focus. Seems to be paying off, I suppose. I just took my shirt off and waved it around my head. James R., thank you for the super chats. All right, here we go. Back to a real show. Jets sign Aaron Glenn. Listen, you watch the show. You know I wanted Rex Ryan. As you might have guessed, I love a loud guy. But I told you I like Rex Ryan because he's a hard-nosed guy and he's hard-nosed players. I grew up watching Aaron Glenn, number 31. Those were the Jets I grew up watching with Aaron Glenn and Vinny Testaverde and Wayne Krebet and later Chad Pennington and Curtis Martin and Mo Lewis and Aaron Glenn. A class I always loved, and this is not revisionist history. I always loved Aaron Glenn as a player. He was one of the jerseys I wanted. I got you know what jersey I actually got for Christmas? And I asked for a couple Jets jerseys one year. I got a Brian Cox jersey instead of an Aaron Glenn jersey. You can blame my parents. Classic Brian Cox. But anyway, I do like this coaching hire, joking aside, which is hard to do when you're me. I do like the Aaron Glenn signing. As a player, always a class act, but also a take-no-shit player. And that is finally, I think, what the Jets need. And, I mean, this is going on years now. I think it's what the Jets. Rex Ryan was obviously at one end of the spectrum of being way boisterous and maybe too hard-nosed on the players and the public. And then you had Robert Saleh, who might as well put on a skirt and get some pom-poms because he's basically just cheerleaders for his players, no matter what they fucking did last year and earlier this year. Oh, we did okay. We'll come back next week. Shut the fuck up, you fucking Punjab. And so I hope Robert Saleh should never, ever get another head coaching position in the NFL. Defensive coordinator, sure. He was a fine defensive coordinator. Robert Saleh should never. If you ever see a team sign Robert Saleh, take the under on everything. I think Aaron Glenn's a good fit. He did a great job in Detroit as their D coordinator. So we'll see. Not much more I can say other than I support the decision. Listen. The Chargers last year, not this season, the Chargers last year were 5-12 with essentially the same lineup. The Chargers were 10-7 this year. So it can be done. It can easily be done, as the Jets were this year. So that kind of turnaround when you actually have talent on the team like the Chargers did, as I just said, and like the Jets do. But again, I keep saying it every week. If you watch the show, you know, they got to bring back Aaron. If Aaron Rodgers is going to play, he's got to be a Jet. They have to bring back Aaron Rodgers. If they don't bring back Aaron Rodgers, it's going to be a full rebuild. Because when Aaron Rodgers goes, so does Devontae Adams, so does Lazard, so do probably some other players that we don't even know about who were there because they had the hope of Aaron Rodgers. But if the Jets want to have a successful season next year, and maybe they don't. As a fan, I want them to. Maybe they want to rebuild. But if they don't bring Rodgers back, it's most likely going to be a journeyman quarterback or, again, draft another quarterback. So the option that makes the most sense and would lead to the quickest success is bringing Aaron Rodgers back. And, again, I've said it before. Look at his numbers. People don't want to hear this. People get mad when I bring this up. I have a secret to tell you, folks. Aaron Rodgers had a good year at quarterback. Look at the numbers. Go pull up his numbers. He had almost the same numbers as Patrick Mahomes. And he was injured. He got injured, So the Miami game, no. It was one of the games where he clearly got injured. And he got his legs back under him the last couple months of the year. And he looked again like Aaron Rodgers. Now, listen, he's 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers. He's not going to make the same plays, but you saw some plays coming down the stretch. It is still Aaron Rodgers. A 60% Aaron Rodgers is light years better than anything on the free agent market, than anything you're going to get immediately in the draft. So you got a new coach, a hard-nosed coach, a professional coach is the biggest thing. Aaron Glenn is a consummate pro. He was on the field. From everything I've seen, he was on the Lions sideline. You got to bring Rodgers back. Give him a fair shake, but you got to bring him back and say, you're done playing GM, you're a quarterback, you're done making decisions. We'll handle the decisions from here. Because that was a little bit too much even for me. Rodgers asking for this player, asking for this coach. He's the one who brought in fucking Hackett, who was terrible. He's the one who let Saleh stay because he knew he was a pushover, he could do whatever he wanted. So that's the only catch I have. You could bring Rodgers back and tell him that's it. No more running the team. You're a quarterback, play quarterback, lead the team, but we'll take care of the decisions on the sideline and in the clubhouse. But good job by the Jets. People are saying Rex Ryan is D coordinator. Now, listen, I would love that, frankly, as an entertainment and as a fan personally. If we're going to be realistic, I don't know if that would work. Rex loves being in the limelight. I don't know. Even as as passive as Aaron Glenn seems to be, you can't have a D coordinator spouting off after games. So I don't know if that would work as much as entertaining as it would be, and actually as I think it could be beneficial to the Jets. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't think it'll happen anyway. I would have no problem with Brick. Who's our interim coach? Who was our D coordinator? It doesn't fucking matter. I have no problem with him going back to D coordinator. He's a good D coordinator. Him just step back down into that role. We'll see. But good job by the Jets, finally. All right. It's time to get to the matters at hand. Let's take a look at the games last week quickly. Then we're going to take a look at the fucking heater I've been on. Druggernaut hit me up earlier today. He needed Stancil Stradamus advice for some bets, and I was nice enough to relay my wisdom upon him. So you're welcome, Druggernaut. Who we got here? What do you want? Yeah, right. Yeah, these fucking freaks. They never know what they're doing. Where do we want to begin? I told you at the top, basically. Football season, as we know it, is over. We got the 2 games this weekend and then the spectacle in 2 weeks. So that was it. I told you all year. I told you to kick your wife down the stairs. I told you to send your kids to the foster home. I told you to send your parents to hospice. I told you to do all that for the last 6 months because you don't get those Sundays back, and now those Sundays are gone. So I hope your family will take you back. At this point, I'm going to actually myself be making my round to the soccer ball club Sunday. Because it's just 2 games. The classic NFL Sunday, as we all know, you light up the 1 o'clock games. If you have Red Zone, if you're like me, you illegally stream Red Zone. You flip between the games. 1 o'clock through basically 11 p.m. every Sunday. You are dialed in. And it's just a beautiful formula we have here in America. At least for me. And now we're looking back. We're having a quick look back, and then we'll get to the game. Actual football at hand. A nice romance with the NFL as Americans, right? At least for me, wake up, go to the gym, run whatever errands I have to do, come back, turn on the 1 o'clock games, maybe throw some laundry in, maybe cook some food for the week or the night. 4 o'clock games, maybe you pop a bud, you pour a tequila, roll a bleezy. Me personally, I like to watch through the halftime of the 4 o'clock games is when we start going up, up, up. That's when I'll pop out tequila high noon. That's when I'll take a shot of Espolón. And then what you do, you get a nice little buzz on, and then that weird little gap between the 4 o'clock games and that night game, that's when you mosey right on down to your local haunt. For me, it's Casey's Bar and Tavern, located right there on 85 Woodside Street, Stamford, Connecticut, 06905, I believe. And you proceed to get cock-hammered as you watch the 8 o'clock games as your local bar. And Paulie C brings in his karaoke equipment that starts at 9, but he's fat and lazy, so he always only doesn't get there till 10. And that's a football Sunday in America. Am I wrong, folks? Choking on my own spit. Am I right, folks? Isn't that the beauty of the NFL? So that's what I mean when I say the football season as we know it is over. 2 of these games, and then the spectacle is the Super Bowl. The Saturday games last week, let's be honest, they blew cock. I mean, if you want to say the Redskins upsetting the Lions was a good game because it was an upset, okay, I'll disagree. A good game is a good game. And if you're me, and if you're a Stancilite, and if you're a Stancil Sports Mass Collective viewer, you knew the Lions were losing that game just like you knew the Vikings were losing last week. I've been telling you all year they played a soft schedule. The Lions were decimated in their secondary. As I told you, coming down the stretch, and Redskins did exactly what I told you they were going to do. They exploited that secondary. I told you Jaden Daniels wasn't shook. I told you during the draft, Jaden Daniels should have been the number 1 pick. I mean, Stancil Stradamus all the way this year. We're having a great year here in Stancilverse on Sports Mass Collective. If you've watched the show all year, you haven't been very surprised. So what did we have? Yeah, we had the what was the other game? It wasn't even interesting. Oh, the Chiefs just took care of business as we all expected against the Texans. I mentioned at the top, I'll just say it one more time. Yeah, if you think the refs had anything, I mean, everybody loves this silly narrative. And you know me, I love a conspiracy theory, but I also deal in the truth. That's what we do here at Ski Mask Media. That's why so many people hate us, because we don't buy into this fucking kayfabe bullshit. We just tell the truth. So please, no one, please just commit yourself. If you actually believe that the Texans would have won that game if it wasn't for refs, check yourself into a home or check yourself off a bridge too. I mean, that could work too, because you're just lost. That's insane. That game was never in doubt from the kickoff. I know I'm repeating earlier. I know a lot of you probably may have tuned in late. I apologize to you, hundreds, if not thousands of people who have been watching this program later and learning so much, and the messages. And ask Husey. The numbers that have been coming across my desk between this show and Ski Mask Collective and our Patreon have been absolutely unbelievable. Thank you all, by the way. That's the motivation. I mean, I always say I'll do this for one person. I'll do this for no people. I always say, I remember when we first started doing these, I would get excited when the live viewers got to 5. Like, oh, shit, 5 people. I don't care. I used to do shows by myself when I was a kid on my camcorder just to play back for myself to make myself laugh. Anyway, this is all nonsense. The point is the Chiefs were never in doubt, and the Chiefs, listen, the playoffs for the Chiefs start this Sunday. The season for the Chiefs starts this Sunday. They had all their season leads up to this. That's why they played. Everybody, big deal. Oh, they'll keep winning one-score games. Yeah, they're winning, but it's one-score games. Yeah, but they're winning. That's the word. The word is they're winning. Okay? And here they are. Conference championship weekend. Exactly where and honestly, take a look. 3 out of the 4 teams that are playing this Sunday, we could have penned in week 1. Isn't that interesting, folks? All the craziness, all the bullshit, all these low IQ dick riders talking about, the Lions are going to go to their first Super Bowl. Oh, Sam Darnold has a resurgence. I told you they never had a chance. The Chiefs are on another level than anybody else. And certainly the Bills and Ravens were too. And I told you in the NFC, the Eagles were the standout team all year. So no surprise here if you watch this show. No surprise at all. Chiefs, Bills, Eagles, and then you have the Redskins, also known as the Commanders if you're gay. So 3 out of the 4 we could have penned in before week 1 started. So, yeah, those are the games Saturday. Not much to report, especially if you watch this program. We knew the Lions were going to lose here at Sports Mask Collective. I told you the Lions were going to lose their first playoff game. I told you this Vikings were going to lose their first playoff game. Stancil Stradamus. What else is new? Yes, I flexed on purpose for FK Mommy, and Lady KB is going to fucking have to do laundry in her bed and wet the sheets just like I peed the bed last week. But you could watch the other show for that. Now, the game Sundays, those were, I'm not going to say all-time classics. Actually, honestly, the Bills-Ravens game probably was an all-time classic. As painful as it is for me to say, because I was rooting for the Ravens and against not so much the Bills, but the mongoloidal, low IQ, fat, sulfur-stinking Bills Mafia, who are the lowest class fans in sport. I was mostly rooting against them than I was against the Bills team themselves. But both games were good games up until the end. I mean, there is nothing like a snow game in the NFL playoffs. There's something in the air even if you're just watching alone at home, but certainly when you go out to a bar and you still got the holiday lighting up, you got snow coming down. The gameplay is a little cloudy because of the snow driving in between the camera and the players. You got the lines plied out in the field. There is nothing like snow games in the playoffs of the NFL. In all of sport, there is nothing like it, unrivaled. So we had some great games on Sunday, and all the teams, to their credit, played up to their potential. Saquon did his thing. Jalen Hurts did his thing at times. Stafford did his thing at times. Listen, the Rams played a good game. And maybe if that game is in L.A., maybe the Rams pull that game out. But the credit not taking anything from the Eagles took care of business, as we thought they would now. I told you it would be close. I told you it'd be close. I told you the Eagles would pull it out. I said they were on upset alert, which they certainly were up until the end. So, again, I was even right about that game. And then, of course, take the dumb white Mark Andrews terrible drop out of it. Absolute back and forth. I said at the top, I think Lamar Jackson and I think the Ravens were the better team last Sunday. I think they essentially, well, again, unfortunately, it can't be understated that Mark Andrews dropped. You know, this would have been a harder pill to swallow if they just lost straight up by a touchdown. The guy dropped the ball to tie the game. And not any kind of, there's no gray area. Mark Andrews was wide open by himself, and he dropped the ball to tie the game. The way the Ravens were playing, I think they would win. Obviously, it's never a foregone conclusion. But the Ravens, at least to my eye, they were the better team on Sunday. But you make mistakes. And listen, some interesting things. Here you go. Here, you want to see why this is a real show? Watch this. All four losing teams last Sunday. All four losing teams outgained the winner in yards. I think that was the first time that happened on a divisional weekend in NFL history. And here you go. Here you go, Lamar. Here you go, Mark Andrews. Here you go, Matt Stafford. Here you go, Jared Goff. The winning teams had 0 turnovers. All four winning teams last weekend had 0 turnovers. And that's what the NFL comes down to. I said it at the top. I said it at the top, folks. In the NFL and these level games, you cannot turn the ball over. I think I told you last week before these games, if I'm not, I definitely said it one of the last couple of weeks before these games. Whoever's turned the ball over the most is going to lose. At this level, this isn't college, okay? You're not going to have Timmy from, high school all-star who's playing for Ohio State, who's going to be working at a grocery store next year. You're not going to get mistakes where these guys are throwing the ball and you always have a chance where these guys will miss a tackle or make a dumb fumble. This is the NFL. This is the best of the best. You turn the ball over here, it is 100% going to come back and bite you. And proof is in the pudding. Stanislas Stradamus. All four winning teams did not turn the ball over. And that's what it came down to, in each and every one. Did I miss anything? Yeah, listen, again, you feel bad I feel the worst for Lamar. I talked last week how big this game is for both of those quarterbacks' legacy and for Henry, who's getting older, and really a lot of those Ravens. I really like that Raven team. And it cannot, I know these teams make it look easy, especially the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Ravens too. Getting back to these AFC Championship games it can't even be put into words how difficult it is. It starts right now. It starts in the offseason, workouts. And the preseason, you got to avoid injuries all year. You have to avoid big injuries all year. All across, and I'm just talking about the star players. It all trickles down. Your O-line, your coaching staff. Is your coaching staff short up? It is so incredibly difficult to get back to these AFC Championship games that when you get there and you lose them, it is 100% devastating. You know, you look at the Redskins. The Redskins, going into this Sunday, that may be, one of the few exceptions. They knew they had a good team, but let's be honest. They put it together at the end of the year, and they're just on a run, the Redskins. But the Eagles, the Bills, the Chiefs, these guys, this is what their whole season and offseason has all been about this weekend and getting to this weekend. And there's so many things can happen to derail you from getting to this weekend. It is amazing when you see the Chiefs get there for the third year in a row. Unbelievable. Like, just that is worth watching these games for what these teams have to do to get to these championship games. So a loss like the Ravens had last week off the back of a dumb fucking white Mark Andrews cannot be understated how devastating that is to now be all the way back at square one, where not only were you in the game leading up to the AFC Championship, you were there. You made the play to tie the game as time expired, to send it to overtime, and the fucking dumb cracker dropped the fucking ball. Again, I know I led off with this, and I'll probably finish with this. It cannot be understated, the severity of what Mark Andrews did last Sunday night. So that's it. The Ravens are back to square one. The Lions are back to square one. You don't start next year with 5 wins just to get a good year the year before. Everybody starts at 0. And you got to avoid everything I just said. The preseason. Got to avoid injuries all year. You got to eke out those one-score games against a team that you had to play poorly against for whatever reason that Sunday. You eke out those wins like the Chiefs. That's why winning teams win. I don't want to hear about the Chiefs. Oh, they had 8 one-score games this year. Okay, they're in the AFC Championship game. They're back-to-back Super Bowl champs. There's a reason. It's not the fucking refs. Save it. Shove it. Please. And I'm not like a big Chiefs fan or anything. I'm just a realist. No works here. Listen, Chiefs, again, clockwork. As I said, there's not much to discuss about the Chiefs game. They did what we thought they were going to do. All right. Let's talk about the heater that I'm on. Let's take a look back at the heater that I've won, and let's take a look at my bets going into this weekend. We'll do a quick preview of the games this weekend, and then we'll get to my picks for both games this Sunday, and I'll check the poor people chat before I do the picks. We'll go over, under, and a few. Maybe we'll do my bets for this weekend after I do the official picks for the game, so you can see what I did with them. That's what we'll do. Let's take a look at the absolute heater. Your old pal Stancil Stradamus was on last weekend. He's back. He's got over $30 in his DraftKings account. He started last weekend with 5, folks. Unbelievable what's happening out here. Hold on. Down the stretch they come in the Derby. Oh, mommy, mommy, FKA, mommy, yeah, KB, yeah, yeah, Oh, yeah, I'm gonna come. Whoa, bye. And that's how you have sex. Hold on, I'm logging into my DraftKings. Everybody calm down. Send a fucking super chat if you're bored, you fucking cheap fucks. Just kidding. I love you, people. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at winners from last weekend. I mean, we got to go all the way back to... All right, well, it's only 3 bets, I suppose. But, wait a minute. Yeah, okay. All right. The Rams and Eagles, 4-pick parlay, $2.50, won me $15.60. Huge payoff, plus 525 on this one. And again, Stancil Stradamus, we had the Eagles minus 2.5. We had the under 7.5 Puka Nakua receptions, under 7.5. We had Cooper Kupp, 40-plus receiving yards, and we had the over of 37.5, which they hit easily. That was the 4-pick parlay. And then we hit another 4-pick parlay on the national championship game. Okay? Mark Andrews I needed the Ravens money line to win, so I would have hit another fucking big parlay, the biggest one. That was for almost $17 if Ravens won that game just on the money line. I hit everything else. I'll show you that one in a second. National championship game. I had Notre Dame plus 14.5. I bought up points for the reason, obviously, they lost by 11. So I Notre Dame plus 14.5. This was $5 to win $13. Notre Dame plus 14.5. Will Howard, 200-plus passing yards. Jeremiah Smith, 50-plus receiving yards, which he hit in the game-sealing reception at the end. And we had the over of 39.5 because no one, no matter the game, plays defense in the NFL. In college football. Now, let me see if I could quickly track down this loss. That fucking market. Oh, no, it didn't. A lot of things cost me. All right. Let's check the poor people chat. Oh, no. Let's take a look at the quick preview of the games. So here's the deal, folks. Weather, huge factor in the games last weekend. Weather this weekend, essentially not a factor. Both games, no precipitation in the forecast last I checked. Also will be in the 30s-ish, maybe in the 20s in Kansas City, but up there in that's Kansas City. Yeah, I believe that will be in the 30s, 20s with the wind chill, and a little bit warmer in Philly, but essentially the same thing. So weather is out of it this weekend. I don't really have much of a preview here. I mean, we know these teams so well from years past and looking at this season. Like I said already, the Chiefs start their season this Sunday. This is what it was all aiming to. This week and then again in 2 weeks. Those are the season, trying to become the first team to three-peat. And again, as I said at the top, I can't be understated. Hall of Fame coach Andy Reid, Hall of Fame quarterback Patrick Mahomes, Hall of Fame tight end Travis Kelce, Hall of Fame DN Chris Jones, surrounded by DeAndre Hopkins, Xavier Worthy, and who's the other feller? Who's the other black gentleman? Not Hollywood Brown. He's on the Eagles. Whatever. Another black gentleman. Who cares? This is a sports entertainment podcast. My point is, this is not a team who's going to ever, not that you could, overlook the Bills or look to next week. Not going to happen. Quite the opposite. You're going to see the Chiefs be more up for this game than anybody has seen them. They know everybody talks about the refs with them. They know everybody likes to poo-poo their 2-loss season or one, whatever the fuck it ended up being. They've quietly, this is as quiet as a team could get to the AFC Championship game as I've ever seen. And I know everybody's going to be rooting for the Bills upset. They want Josh Allen. I don't understand. I don't know what the force is behind the scenes that are pumping Josh Allen so hard. Lamar Jackson should win this NFL MVP going away. And that's not taking anything from Josh Allen or his season, but just watch them both play. Lamar Jackson makes plays out of nowhere. Most valuable player. Josh Allen makes great throws. He's an okay runner, yada, yada. But Lamar Jackson is on another level, in my opinion. So, I mean, we're back where we are again. I know the Bills are trying to break through finally and beat the Chiefs and get the thing, blah, blah, blah. I think the Chiefs take care of business here, folks. We'll get to the picks in a second, but this is their destiny. Redskins, Eagles, top of your head, you think, okay, the Redskins had their big win last week. The Eagles blow them out here. Be careful. This is the third time these teams are playing each other this year. Divisional opponents always, no matter when they're playing, always are going to be tighter games. I frankly wouldn't be surprised. I would not be. I'm not going to say the Eagles are necessarily an upset alert. However, if the Redskins do beat the Eagles, I just won't be terribly surprised. As great as the Eagles have looked, there's been, and I've heard this other places. I'm not crazy. Well, not at least relating to this. I might be in real life. There has just been a little something off about the Eagles and Hurts all year. I know they win games. I know they have I understand. I watch the game. There's just something I can't put my finger on. And like I said, I've talked to other people as well, that they just have weird games. They make weird turnovers and plays in big moments. And on the other side, the Commanders, the Redskins, whatever the fuck, they have as much momentum as you're ever going to find. You want to talk about whatever's past house money is whatever the Redskins are playing with. They were on house money getting to the playoffs. Now, I don't know. They're playing with my dead grandma's money. I don't fucking know. But the Redskins, my point is the Redskins have zero pressure and all the motivation, by the way. Talk about an underdog. You want to have fun. I don't mind the Eagles. I actually kind of like the Eagles in their team. But why not? Let's have a big upset here with the Redskins. I know it's going to make for a boring Super Bowl. Listen, if the Redskins do beat the Eagles, which is not out of the realm of possibilities, the Super Bowl, whoever wins that Chiefs-Bills, Super Bowl is done. You're not going to carry over. That is where the week offs hurt. That week off between the Super Bowl and AFC Championship will hurt a team like the Redskins when they're living and winning off of momentum. If the Redskins do find a way to beat the Eagles on Sunday, you can lock up the AFC will once again win the Super Bowl, whoever, the Chiefs or the Bills, whoever makes it. You can lock that up and throw away the key. That is a stance of lock. If the Redskins win, as soon as the Redskins win, if they win, just put that bet on AFC winning the Super Bowl because that game is done. And unfortunately, the Super Bowl will probably be a blowout if the Redskins do get there. That is where they will have no shot against the Chiefs or the Bills. The NFC all year has been an inferior product. The Eagles, the right team, is in the game. They were the class of the NFC, I said all year. But overall, I think even if the Eagles win, I think they're going to have a very tough time against the Bills or the Chiefs. But yes, my point is, these are both NFC East teams. Those games in general always going to be closer. Then you factor in the Eagles just having something weird about them. Maybe it's from their coach Sirianni down. I don't know. Something I can't put their finger on keeps them from being a total powerhouse. And they prove it on the field by having weird turnovers. Is Hurts injured? You know, Hurts didn't practice on Wednesday. Keep an eye on that game. And obviously, I'm trying not to give too much away because we're going to go to the picks in 1 second. And be careful taking the over. We'll see in a second what it is. Also, always tighter games in the divisional games. Let's check the poor people chat. Let's get to the official picks. This is up there with one of the longest shows we've ever done. Unbelievable. Let's see. N-Day got beat. Yep, we're doing it. Courtney Brooke, she just came. Wonderful. Send me a pic. Stands with beautiful girls. I don't care. I will always ask Lady KB, mommy, or Courtney Brooke. Ask Lady KB. She's seen my piece. I will send me a pic of your boobies or your butt, and I'll send right along a picture of my penis. That's what America was built on, barter. That's how the West was won. And that option is always there for you beautiful girls. I would love to see your heinies or your bosoms. And I'll send you a picture of my penis and balls. Mark Lender also goes to you. Courtney Brooke, I just came. FK Mommy, woo, Stancil, the rest. Yeah, go out in the world. FK Mommy, you have a lot of birdies like me. Make sure you go out in the world and tell people what you've seen here today. Jim, you'd be a blast to hang out with. That would be awesome. If I ever go to your area, I'd love to buy you. Absolutely. Ask David Carpenter in Colorado. Ask Lady KB the last 3 years in Colorado. Ask Teamster Tim. Ask, who else do I hang out with in real life? Ask anybody. Is this the real Gino? Do you really want the link? I'll send you the fucking link. I don't care if it's late in the game. I'll send you the link right now if you want it. Ray DeVito said sports are gay. He texted me back. That's a real text. So, isn't that interesting? I just saw your message, Gino, here. I think you're doing your own show, but feel free to jump on for the finale here. I just sent Gino the link. Stay tuned. ACDC, all DI appointed Dabbleverse fans are banned starting at 5 p.m. tonight. Send him the link. The link was just sent. Let's see if he jumps on to the finale here. Where's my racy picks, mommy? Oh, Husey, Numbers. That's right, Husey. I don't know if you tuned in late. I said before, and I really do mean. I mean, a lot of times I'm hyperbolic. I want to thank you all. Our live numbers are never great because I barely announce these things. If anything, the day of, but usually I don't even announce it. So thank you guys for watching live. But the numbers that continue to grow, the people that are watching. Afterwards, this is not really a live show as much as it is for you people watching later. God bless you all. Soviet skunk, I lost $3K yesterday. I hate sports betting. Well, the only way to get that money back, Soviet skunk, is to keep on betting. Now, folks, it's that time. Hold on. We got to take this down. We can't have something up. Unless it's a super chat. No, it's not a super chat. We got to take this down. Why did Notre Dame go for a field? What are you watching on delay, Frog of the Egg? We're done with that fucking shit show of a game. Why did Notre Dame go for a field? I don't fucking know. They're gay. Fuck church. Fuck God. Fuck Notre Dame. I'm glad they lost. Fuck Shane Gillis. Sell out. All right. I'm kidding. Calm down. He's on the way to selling out, but he's not there yet. I'm just putting it on your radar. Somebody has to tell the truth. Nobody else is going to call him out. You're all scared of not making him your friend. I don't fucking care who's my friend or not. I got enough friends. They're all in here. Here's where all my fucking friends are. Just kidding. I have a lot of good friends. Not really, actually. I'm not kidding. Most of my friends are in my head. I made enough friends and lost enough. There's a great Lord Huron quote on the day of their first single release from their new album, Lord Huron, Who Laughs Last, available now. And you got to watch a music video on YouTube, Who Laughs Last, featuring Kristen Stewart. Kristen. They have a great quote. I've lost friends along my way. I knew I'd need them eventually. That is, of course, from Frozen. That's, of course, from Fool for Love. One of the greatest songs by Lord Huron about a guy who dies trying to fight for the life of a woman. The last verse is about from him from the grave. All right, since he's such a antsy in his pantsy, he couldn't wait the other day 2 seconds when I was about to bring him in. I guess I got to bring him right in so he doesn't leave. I don't want to get yelled at. He's got a lot of places to be. Everybody's talking about him these days.
Can you hear me? No one's talking about me.
What's going on? A big show Sunday night, Rodney's, 8 p.m., folks. Get your tickets now. What's going on? What's the score? What's happening, Gene? A lot of things happening out here.
What? Nothing's happening. What do you mean? Like I woke yesterday. I got a call from your partner, your boss, I don't know what is hey, Saint Ranger. Hi, Pam. Here's another fucking guy. Saint Ranger's another fucking dude. Why did I love him?
What did he do? What did Saint Ranger do? I have my blanket. I have my knife. I have my fire starter. I'm gonna go nuts because of Saint Ranger.
Why? Yeah, I mean,
he sent me all the good stuff.
Pop up. I never see Saint Ranger anymore. I don't know what happened with him.
He comes by here.
Yeah.
Does he go by? Does he go by the MLC show?
I'll make this brief. I have no time for people like Saint Ranger, like Teamster Tim, like all these faggots that listen to all these fucking losers, these cocksucking cunts.
You're speaking my language, Gene.
What? No, I'm sorry.
No, I agree with everything you're saying. Go on.
You're quickly approaching that status, my friend. Quickly.
I live in the Stancilverse. What are you talking about? My whole thing is that all these shows suck.
Yeah, but you're just another. You say that, but you don't live it. You don't walk the walk.
Oh, I live it.
You've always been a pro wrestler. Now, I would love to say within, as if fucking everything I said to Kevin Brennan over the past 4 years, he didn't literally admit I was wrong about giving out the number. Well, you only you gave out mine. I couldn't dox you because you'd given yours out. Nope, I gave them out at the same time. I was wrong about Felicia. She asked to be on your show. I was wrong about all this shit, okay? And Teamster Tim's another one. Oh, Teamster Tim turned. Oh, Gina never bought me drinks. I don't drink. All I said was I bought everyone their drinks. I don't pay attention. What was he doing there if he doesn't drink? He's a hanger-on who listened to Ray, wants to be in the Dabbleverse with all you pro wrestling faggots. I don't think Pam really exists. And I don't have time for all you fucking people that Teamster Tim's the perfect example. He thinks he's a person. He glommed onto Ray to be in
What do you want me to do? You want me to read the newspaper?
I don't care what you do.
It's entertainment. It's a sports entertainment show. It's entertaining.
I'm going to ask you to be something, and you're great. I love you, but I'm going to ask you to be something. I'd never ask you to be this because you can't be.
I'm a retard.
Authentic. Stance, I'm going to ask you to be something you can never be, and I respect who you are. Authentic.
No, this is entertainment.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, keep entertaining.
Yeah, this is entertainment. I'm not running for politics.
Wear your sunglasses in the middle of the day.
Yes. Yes, it's idiocy. It's entertainment, Gene.
And don't realize how much you're insulting.
It's supposed to be fun.
Tim wants to squash it.
I'm sorry you're not having fun, Gina. I'm sorry you're not having fun anymore.
Give you a desk and pay you once a week to be on a platform. And what'd you do? You lied and be like, oh, they banned me. No one banned you. You fucking said all our fucking fans are racist. Fucking you just went pro wrestling. That's fine. I love you. But and whenever I ask you to do my stream, no, just be authentic, man. Just be authentic.
Barely have the time to do these shows that are fun. I'm having fun.
Keep playing the game. You and Teamster Tim are gonna get along just great.
We're gonna in the back of his cab.
Tell me what Teamster Tim has ever done to merit the fact of us talking about in the first 4 minutes. Tell me. See, here's the difference between me and you. Everything you do is
you're talking about Teamster Tim.
Every single thing that came out of my mouth, including your cock, you handsome motherfucker, is genuine. You understand? And I'm hoping that just a little of me will rub off. That's 2 dick jokes.
Whoa.
On you. And someday you'll be like, he really did do a lot of shit for me. I really just would rather fucking play to these 10, 15 fucking people. I'd rather do that. Fucking, I know he fucking gave me a fucking desk every day to hang out at. He paid me. I know, but, and don't get me wrong, it's not about the money. It's just about doing the right thing. It's about being authentic. And what do? You dance like a fucking monkey. You fucking, you kowtow to people like Teamster Tim. You fucking, you further the lies. You further the lies of all these pieces of shit. You never stand up for what's right. You just fucking stand up for more super chats. That's all.
Never. I don't even get super chats.
I gotta go. I'm streaming with my brother in 10 minutes because I'm loyal to friends and family.
Come on me Sunday.
You understand that, right?
Come
you
on
get
me
that, right?
What?
Now, and I know you're busy because it's so sunny there in your dark room. That's why you're wearing your glasses and your tank top. I get it.
I don't think you understand the show.
I can't be bothered with all these thoughts. I can't.
Yes, because this isn't real. This is entertainment.
No.
Sports entertainment. It is for me. It always has been. I don't give a fuck. This can all go. That's the difference. This can all go away tomorrow for me. I don't give a fuck. If it's serious for you, then let it be serious for you. Goodbye, fucking loser. He doesn't fucking understand the fucking show. I don't do this for a living. I do it for fun, and I'm more entertaining than all of these fucking losers. Yeah! I'm sorry this is your career. It's not my career. I do it for fun. That's why it's fun. That's why I make fun of all you fucking retards. This is your life. Not you, just Eugene. This is all of your lives. Pathetic. Goodbye. I don't give a fuck, and I won't have it. I won't have it. I won't have it. They don't get the show. They still don't get it. Gino, that's good for you. Your charm is you're authentic. This is all retarded. I'm saying all of this shit. MLC sucks. In Hot Water was retarded. All these podcasts, it's all nonsense. If it all falls away in 2 minutes, it won't change my life whatsoever. I do this shit for fun. I do this shit in my sleep. I've been doing this shit since I was born. This is fucking cakewalk for me. I don't give a fuck what Teams with Tim thinks about you. I don't give a fuck about any of these people. I don't. I do it for fun. Rack me. Let's get to the picks. I'll see you Sunday night at Rodney's. I don't give a fuck, Gene. Make it serious for you. It's not serious for me. I don't have to be authentic. I don't bring this shit into my real life. That's why I don't dox people. I don't fuck with other people's real life. I keep it all on Twitter or I keep it all on the show, and that's why it's fun. And that's why all these other shows are fucking gay. Those are the people you're talking about, Gino, and all the other people. Because they make it gay. They make it real. This is sports entertainment. Forget this sports. All these shows are just dumb, common entertainment. If this was politics, you had a point. If these were teachers talking about what they do in their classrooms, you'd have a point. It's all nonsense. That's why anybody who does comedy for a living is privileged. Privileged to do comedy for a living. Please spare me. Kevin Brennan down, all you fucking people, Shane Gillis, go fucking work a 50-hour work week. Get fucked. Let's get to the picks, cocksuckers. The Stancil Stradamus. Like I said, what did I say, folks, if you watched the whole show? What did I say 20 minutes ago? I'll do this show by myself and rewatch it. That's what I did when I was a kid. Since I was a kid, I did these shows by myself and would just watch them with my cousin and laugh. That's all. Now this is fun. This is all an experiment for me. I don't give a... how many times can I say it? I don't give a fuck about this. I don't care. What am I going to... I'm going to lose like $200 a month. Okay. Okay. I'll make it up. I don't need it. I enjoy it, and it pays the bill, but... Anywho, folks, it is NFC Championship weekend. I am the only truth teller in the land. You're all welcome. Clip it, send it. Don't clip it, don't send it. At me, don't at me. Unsubscribe, subscribe, hit the like, hit the dislike, send a super chat, send me a bill. It is Stancil's picks for week fucking whatever the fuck of the NFL. Let's take a look. It is going to be the Commanders at the Eagles. It is Sunday the 26th. Holy smokes, this thing is tightened up. We got the Commanders getting 6 on the road. Over under 47.5. Woo! This line earlier in the week, I believe I got it at 8.5, I think, earlier in the week, which is very interesting. Let me log in here, actually. Yeah, I often see, while I'm looking this up, again, as I said forever, and I've only solidified it with myself being around younger comics, open micers and whatever. Most of them are not funny people. It's like theater kids writing shit. That has been my whole point the whole time. This is me. This is the deal. This is the deal. This is the deal. A blessing and a curse to be born like this. But most of the people who do and this is not, I'm not talking about Gino. Gino and those, they're actually established comics. I'm just talking about in general why this is fun for me. I don't have to try to do this. I'm having fun. And I love talking shit. And I love conflict. I was expelled from multiple schools. It's all the same. So instead of fighting it, I'm leaning right. I had a backyard wrestling federation, Lenox Avenue Wrestling. I still have the VHS tape. That's a true story. I gotta find it. Marshall Beaupre said he can transfer it to DVD, and that'll go right on the video. I'm just pulling up my bets. I want to see what I got, where I got this game. Oh, the parlays are wild. I'll go over my parlays once I'm done here. Huh. Okay. Anyway, any what? Commanders +6. Listen, as I said before, I can see the Redskins winning this game. I cannot but I have to take the Eagles. Long story short, give me the Eagles -6. I think they win by touchdown. I will not at all be surprised if the Commanders win this straight out, and I would not be at all surprised if they cover here. Druggernaut texted me this morning and asked me if he should take the points or just the Redskins money line. I told him, or take the. He was going to put some balls on him and do -3.5 for the Redskins. I told him just take the money line. If they do win, it's probably going to be by a field goal, if not less. So I will take the Eagles -6. I think that's where the smart money is. While I can see the Redskins winning this game, I think the Cinderella run is over. I wouldn't be terribly surprised. I hope we get a good game here. Here's my main thing. Let's get a good game here. The over-under 47.5. I love the under here. As I said, divisional teams, they're going to, it's always a closer game. So I love the under there. I expect a 23-17, 25-20, something like that. So take the under 47.5. Weather not a factor. What else did I take myself in that game? Did I take anything weird? I got a Saquon anytime TD. I got Saquon over 100 yards. I got a Jaden Daniels anytime TD. Great odds on that, folks. Just throwing some stuff out there. Each team to score 1 touchdown and 1 field goal. I think so. 1 Jaden Daniels interception thrown. I think so. A rookie in this big spot. Wouldn't be surprised if a mistake was made. 150 Jaden Daniels passing yards. Absolutely love that. 150 plus Jaden Daniels passing yards. I think that's an if you want an easy one, that's it. Either they're going to win by his arm or they're going to be down so much he's going to have to throw it to keep it a game. So easy money there. And I threw in a Devonta Smith anytime TD. That's $5 to win $45. Big money, big bucks, big nuts. Rest are this next game. And of course, the next game, a game, frankly, you could have penned in week 1. For all the bullshit that's happened this year, you could have penned this AFC Championship game in before the kickoff of week 1. We got the Bills going to Kansas City. Almost a pick 'em. Anything, I always say anything less than a field goal is kind of a pick 'em to me. But the Bills are getting 2.5 on the road. Over under 48.5. If you read between the lines, you saw where this is going. I think the Chiefs win this game. I don't think this game might even not be particularly close. I think the Chiefs might win by 7 or 10 here. Definitely. So if you didn't get it, Chiefs -2.5, bang it. The over-under here is 48.5. It's a toughie because these teams can score, obviously. But it's a big game. I like the unders in these bigger games. Teams tend to tighten up. When you're coming down the stretch, if you're the winning team, you're going to drain that clock. Everybody wants to drain that cock, and get the clock down to about 5 or 8 minutes so they start making moves. So bang the 48.5 under, and we're banging the Chiefs -2.5. I know I've said it a bunch. This is what the Chiefs' whole season was geared towards, this AFC Championship game. They've seen each other before. The Chiefs are at home. And the Hall of Famers on Kansas City can't be understated. I think the entertaining game for the Bills was last weekend. And you might have a little bit of a letdown from that as well. So I love the Chiefs here. Let's see what my personal parlays are. Then we'll get to the 4 people chat. Since apparently James R is the only one with money this Friday. that super chat. God bless you. Most people I know joining the Patreon, where's the smart money's at. Chiefs, here's one of them. I got 2 4-pick parlays in this game. I got the Chiefs plus 4.5. This is kind of my sure parlay, if you'll call it. $5 to pay 33. Chiefs plus 4.5. Travis Kelce anytime TD. Chiefs total points. Team total points over 19.5. I think that's an easy one too. DeMar Hamlin, got to get him involved. DeMar Hamlin tackles plus assists under 6.5. Not only is he not on the field a ton, again, big spot, and fuck him. And my other one for this game, got the Bills plus 7.5. Again, Chiefs can still win by a touchdown, and the Bills can still cover. See what I did there? I bought the points there. Bills plus 7.5. 1 Josh Allen interception thrown. A Xavier Worthy anytime TD, and the over of 39.5. That's a big money one. This is the big boy. $5 to pay $57. And folks, those are the picks, the second to last picks of this football season. Unbelievable fucking show. 1 man, 2 hours. Who else in this realm? Well, obviously we're in the Stancil verse here, but who else in this realm could do such a thing? Let's see. The poor people chat is spouting off. Let's see. Anything interesting? Again, just so you know for next week, if you don't super chat it, can't definitely be read. Wow, there's a lot of chat since I last looked, huh? Oh, okay, St. Ranger. There he is. I'm not going to put a lot of mean stuff about Gino in here. Woo! St. Ranger, I will show up. That's my man. Isn't that a Gino bashing show? I don't mind if you do it in the chat. I don't give a fuck. I was never bashing Gino. I was telling the truth the whole time. Gino's telling lies. Authentic. What do you want me to do? To read my fucking tax returns? It's a fucking entertainment. People don't want to see authentic. They want something entertaining. I don't tune into something to see somebody, to have somebody read their fucking resume. I want to see a retard screaming about sports and saying asinine things. That's entertaining. I'll read this. I don't know. Now Quitter Gino is trying to be mean to Jim. That's not cool. You guys are a blast. From Kenny. He's a member. I'll allow it. Here you go, Gino. St. Ranger, Gino, I will swing by your next show. I don't always chat in shows I watch, but I always hit the like button on shows. St. Ranger, you do whatever the fuck you want. That's what I mean. It's kind of talking out of both sides of the mouth. I don't give a fuck. You think I ever like, oh, St. Ranger doesn't want, he never comments on my show. Where the fuck's he? I don't fucking care. Maybe because I have a life. Like, I understand. Same as why I don't join the shows. I do these shows at the only time I can do shows, basically. Ray sends me the link every week. Gino sends me the link often. I get links for a lot of shows. I got shit to do. So, St. Ranger, you're always welcome here, and you're always not welcome here. I'm never going to shame anyone for not watching a show. It's silly. Jim, 100. Yes, thank you. Yes, I'm always. When will you people learn? St. Ranger, Gino F. I love St. Ranger. Hello to Pam, of course. Gino, have fun today. Jim, I appreciate your time and effort. Thank you. Somebody appreciates my effort. Somebody understands. Shout out to all those who understand what I do, who understand Jim Stansel, the character. Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Jim Stansel's a character, and I wear sunglasses. Ooh. Yeah, Shane Gillis on podcast isn't a character. Right. Tim Dillon doesn't do a character on his shows. He literally, by the way, Tim Dillon on a whole, just like the Chiefs, bring it back to sports, Tim Dillon is on a whole nother level of podcasting. There's Tim Dillon, and then there's everyone else. But Tim Dillon, it might have been on the bonus, all you poor people might not have heard it, but he even said, like, he even talked about how it was amazing how many people thought he was serious about his house burning down and how he does a character on the show. Tim Dillon said that. So I guess Tim Dillon isn't being authentic either. Silly. This is true, I have to say. Why would Gino care what a random says about him? Exactly. I don't care. I don't care. Gino's a real comedian and has done real shit in the comedy world. You should care way less. Stansel going off. Absolutely, Big Boss. Go back and clip it if you missed it. I think you have the right to put that on a goddamn shirt from St. Ranger, the purveyor of all that is podcasting. Thank you, St. That's all I needed to hear today. That's all I needed to hear today, St. Ranger. Thank you for that. I'm going to go use your knife after this and chase down a migrant just because you said that. Thank you. I'm going to start a fire with the fire starter you said. I'm going to chase down a migrant with the Swiss Army knife you sent me, and then I'm going to grab the blanket you sent me, put the guy's remains in that blanket, and throw it off the FDR bridge on my way to Gino's show Sunday. Again, if you wanted something, again, future reference, I see a lot of stuff here that could have been good, but I just can't read all of them. They're not super chatted. It's just too much. You should have picked and chose what you wanted to read and super chatted it for $1. Junior Coltrane, your sentiment is noted. I'll leave it at that. You know what you've put in here. This is just funny. I would hope Gino even laughs at this. I heard Gino was trying to catch squirrels and pigeons to eat. So stupid. Tell Trump to save him. All he does is raise your shit and talk Trump. Why not Trump saving him? I don't know. Froggy the Egg's been here from the beginning of the show, so I have... I'm not begging. I'm saying, again, do you people not understand the joke? I'm making fun of all these other shows who live off Super Chat. That's why I always talk about... Oh, God. Quit talking about TGL. I threw that in all at the end. That's funny. AC/DC. Here's a guy who was on the compound. He's been around MLC. We've had our tiffs, me and AC/DC. Gino has been... So my point is, here's a guy who is a kind of a middle ground. Gino's been pretty pissy since closed down a compound. I watch SMC, Ski Mask Collective, and Gino always. Okay? Your opinion has been heard. Tim Dillon sucks cock. That is literally true. We think. Big Boss, good job, Sans. You handled Gino well. Yeah, because contrary to what Gino says, authentic, I don't bullshit here. Listen, I appreciate you. Jimbo, join the Hackverse. We need for everybody. How about all of you join the Stanselverse? What a perfect way to end this fucking show. Thank you anyway, Spurktopia. I don't do Discord. I don't do Reddit because look at me. You ever see somebody on Reddit that looks like that? And no, I've been right about, listen, the Dabbleverse is really a separate thing from MLC. Unfortunately, Kevin has gone down the road of buying into this nonsense. It's not for me. It's fine if it's for you. But now MLC has joined the Dabbleverse, and that is what I am against, and that's what it all comes down to. The show has gone to total shit. Stuttering John, again, I'll say it again. I said it on Twitter. I said it on SMC. Stuttering John, and I don't like the guy. He's a fucking loser. Stuttering John has won and won and won. He has all you idiots paying attention to him. As I say, there's no bad publicity in entertainment. There's bad publicity in politics. There's bad publicity if you're a teacher. There's bad publicity, in a lot of other fields. But if you're in entertainment, there's also bad publicity. So having 5, 6, all these dumbass shows dedicated to John, Stuttering John won. He beat all of you. You're talking about him. Stop talking about him and it'll go away. That's how you win. If you actually don't like him, stop talking about him. Rock me! Losers! Welcome to the Stancelverse, bitch. Somebody go clip it. I'll see you next week. Count all the votes and bring home the